Hey guys, my daughter is 17, almost 18 months now, and I took pictures of her breakfast, lunches, and dinners last week to give you an example of the kind of meals that we're having. She's still breastfeeding twice a day, and we are still eating a gluten-free and dairy-free diet, as well as trying to eat as much organic food as possible. So hopefully this gives you some ideas of what you could do. If you have any questions or just want to say hi, feel free to leave a comment below and enjoy! This picture is what I was calling a toddler crepe, which is just a thicker pancake, thinner than a pancake and thicker than a crepe. And this was the result of actually a failure of me trying to make another kind of pancake. But what I did was I soaked some buckwheat, some rice, and some millet overnight, and then blended it in the morning with a banana and some water. That was the batter. Then I filled it and topped it with a raspberry blueberry sauce, which was just the fresh berries in some hot water. And on the side, I served it with coconut yogurt and cashew butter mixed with blackstrap molasses. And here we have some hot amaranth cereal that I cooked in coconut milk and added chia seeds and a little blackstrap molasses. And then I topped it with some fresh strawberries and coconut cream, which is just kind of taking the top fatty part off the coconut milk and whipping it up. And then I sprinkled a little bit of raw cacao on top. We recently got a waffle iron, so I have been experimenting a lot with this, making a lot of different gluten-free waffles. This one is made from spinach and oat flour, and it is topped with coconut yogurt and a fresh pluot. And then there up on top, I had made date caramel the night before for another special little project, and I just gave my daughter a taste that morning. So date caramel, if you have not tried it, is just soaked blended dates mixed with a nut butter of choice, and it is amazing. Lately my daughter has been asking for bread, and we don't eat a lot of gluten-free bread in the house, but I made some from scratch and turned it into a cinnamon raisin roll and put some almond butter on it this morning, and then served that with a scrambled egg with spinach and some fresh strawberries. The rest of the gluten-free bread that I made turned into a loaf, and I used that to make some spinach French toast, which was just regular French toast batter with blended up raw spinach in there. And I served that with a little bit of papaya and frozen raspberries, and then coconut chia pudding with some raw granola. And the raw granola is so easy. It's gluten-free oats blended with some dates and some unsweetened coconut flakes, and it's super yummy. And that is what's on top of the papaya as well, which was my plate, but my daughter also ate off of that. The other thing I did with the bread that I made was I made a few rolls with some fresh zucchini shredded up in there. So that's what you see on the left. Above that is some citrus ginger kraut, next to some whipped up sweet potatoes, some steamed peas, and below that are little grass-fed beef sliders. I had made some white beans the night before I served this lunch, and my daughter didn't really care for them so much, so I blended them up and made a white bean style hummus. And I served that with steamed purple carrot, cucumber, with some parsley and some hemp hearts on there. And then there was a sprouted corn tortilla, which I softened in some coconut oil, and a diced pluot. It has been really hot weather around here lately, so on this day I did not want to cook. And so I just used the rest of that white bean hummus that I had made and put that onto a multi-grain rice cake with some wild smoked salmon and wild salmon roe, and chopped up some little green onions and put a few microgreens on top. And I served that with raw sugar snap peas, which my daughter likes to open and pull the peas out of, and some roasted seaweed. I had some leftover chicken from the night before, so I used fried rice as a way to kind of mix it up. So I chopped up the leftover chicken, added some rice and quinoa, some onion, mushroom, carrot, kale, and peas, and made a garlicky fried rice. For lunch this day we wanted some pasta, so I had multigrain gluten-free pasta, and I made a vegan avocado basil cream sauce, which was kind of like making a pesto, except in place of the nuts I used avocado to make it super creamy. And I topped that with sauteed mushrooms and onions, and I served it with an apple, spinach, lemon, and ginger smoothie, which is just all of those ingredients blended up with a bunch of ice, and pictured there is my cup. So here's where all the white beans came from. This night I made white beans with roasted tomato and roasted fennel, and on the side were some roasted Brussels sprouts and mustard grilled wild tuna steak. And that's something that I try to do each week, is make a bunch of a certain kind of protein, whether it be chicken or beans or a fish, and try to use it multiple ways throughout the week. For dinner this night we had sprouted brown and wild rice with steamed broccoli and curried green lentils, and I made a mango chutney, which was just kind of my excuse to reintroduce mango to my daughter, since I really don't like mango. I know that's strange, but it's true. I just wanted her to get a taste of it, and turns out she doesn't like it either. When we get takeout, one of the things that we like to go for is Vietnamese pho, and I have never really felt comfortable making it on my own, but I bought this little Happy Pho kit, and it was so good. It was just the brown rice noodles with a little bit of organic spices, but it helped me make this chicken pho at home, and I added baby bok choy, broccoli, and put green onion, cilantro, basil, and lime on top. The day that I had made the garlicky fried rice and quinoa for lunch, I had some leftover without the chicken, and served that on the side for dinner. And next to that was lemon and ginger glazed wild salmon, and I put a little kimchi for my daughter to try for the first time, and a few cucumber slices as well. And this night for dinner we had ground turkey and kale enchiladas, and I made a little vegan cheese sauce to kind of tie it together, which was just boiled gold potatoes with boiled carrots, a little nutritional yeast, lemon juice, and sea salt. And it did turn out to be kind of cheesy. It was kind of strange actually, but my daughter really liked it. And I put the leftover little boiled carrots underneath and served it with a little avocado, which she still does not like, and heirloom tomatoes, and she ended up eating 2 of those. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next month with an 18-month update.